Everyone. I hope you guys doing good. Today's book reading is by Eduardo Pdsa. It's called Effective Decision Making. Decision making is the lifeblood of every business. If you're going to thrive in your industry, then you need to know how to make quick and smart decisions, and that is exactly what this summary will empower you to do. It provides a compendium of decision-making techniques anyone can learn and apply immediately. Let's talk a little bit about the author of this book. Eduardo Pdsa is a German writer and business coach. He spends most of his productive hours researching and teaching business principles that help individuals and organizations move forward. Effective decision making can be seen as an optimal link between memory of the past, ground realities of the present, and insights of the future. Decisions are the seeds of success. Decisions are the seeds of success. Everyone knows that we live in a fast-paced world. It's good in some ways because we get to enjoy more comfort and speed than people who were here centuries before us. But with every merit comes a demerit. The nature of our world demands that decisions are made quickly. This is especially true for those in management. Those who know their business and industry inside out will be better positioned to make good decisions when the need arises. Daily, we're faced with situations that require immediate decisions. We're smart enough to know that good decisions are hard to come by when under pressure. But since it's not in our power to slow down the pace of business, the obvious question becomes, how do we manage this paradox and ensure we make the best possible decisions in record time? That's what this summary is all about. The chapters you're about to read will teach you strategies and techniques to help you make stunning decisions within any available time frame. You will learn 4 different frames of reference for making decisions, strategies for setting and achieving goals, SWOT and PEST analysis, and how they can help your organization. 2 complementary strategies for finding the root cause of confusing business problems, and much more. Careful observation and taking time to think things through will help you make great decisions. Frames of reference refer to the process the brain undergoes when making decisions. There are various types of frames. We'll discuss two of them in this chapter and two in the next. Note all of them and see which framework will work best for you. Creative observation and learning all you can about your business or industry will make you a better decision maker. We have what we call the OODA loop. I repeat, the OODA loop. This strategy was first designed by Colonel John Boyd to be used as a military decision-making model for air combat. But it can be applied to any business decision you're making against your competitors. The OODA loop stands for observe, orient, decide, and act. Observe, orient, decide, and act. OODA. So the OODA stands for observe, orient, decide, and act. We're gonna be talking about every one of them, and we're gonna be talking about 4 different strategies, and you can use whichever works for you. The observation stage requires you to become aware of your environment, physical, mental, or business. Observe. Observe the various elements of the environment to see if they are in place. For instance, if you're in a board room meeting, you could observe the members on board. Did any new person join you? What does the look on their faces say? Is the atmosphere tense or not? This is the observing. Basically, what you're doing in the observation stage is taking in the facts around you. Remember, this was first developed for combat pilots. When pilots come to this stage, they will try to understand their environment so they can better strike opponents. After observation, what do we have? Remember, OODA, observation, orient. You move to the orientation stage, which has a lot to do with your personality. The big question here is, in view of the observed information, what will you do? Your success in this phase is determined largely by your experiences, wealth of knowledge, and how true or effective that knowledge is. That's why people in decision-making positions are advised to never stop learning. Now, this technique, again, can apply to anything in your life whenever you want to take a decision. First observe, then go to the orientation stage. What happened after this? You observe, then the orientation. That has to do a lot with your personality. Then we come to the decision phase. You'll compare all available options and make mental pictures of their possible outcomes. Then, finally, you act on your decisions and the OODA loop is completed. What do you think of this one, guys? Do you like the OODA loop? I kind of find it like interesting. First observe, orient, decide, then act on it. But let's check the next one. Maybe it will work better for us. Recognition Primed Decision Model, or what we call the RPD. Recognition Primed Decision Model, RPD. This decision-making model was developed by Gary Klein in 1989. It is a very common strategy that you may have been applying subconsciously without even knowing. Recognition primed decision model involves thinking about a problem and drafting out one single solution based on your skills and past experience. The RPD model is only useful when you have encountered the same problem or a similar one in the past. It's recognition prime decision, something that happened to us before, something that we are subconsciously we applied before without even knowing, because it is based on when you think about a problem and drafting out one single solution based on your skills and past experience. Setting goals and planning properly are necessary for long-term decision making. Setting goals and planning properly are necessary for long-term decision making. We considered two decision-making frames in the previous chapter. I don't know if you remember. OODA, which is observe, orient, decide, and act. And then we discuss just right now the RPD model, which is the recognition primed decision model. Now we're gonna be discussing the other two. So far, I like the OODA, me personally, because it makes more sense. Observe, orient, decide, and then act. You put a lot of thinking in it. You're studying everything around you, your environment. We have a technique called GROW. Now, grow as mean like grow, the word grow, but grow stands for goals, reality, options / obstacles, and will. Goals are the most important in this model. Every organization that seeks to succeed should have clear end goals. Business goals should be SMART. What SMART stand for? Specific, measurable, attainable, and relevant. And time bound. SMART. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. Having set your goals, ask what is your current reality. Because remember, grow. First goals, then the R stands for reality. What is your current reality? If the goals were set before the present decision-making time, how far have you gone achieving them? Analyze your current situation, then move to options/obstacles. Here, you take cognizance of your possible options and their various obstacles. Next, choose the most promising option whose obstacles you can easily overcome. This brings us to the will. Basically, this last phase asks the question, what will you do considering all available factors? This model is more of a coaching system than a decision-making strategy. It's not effective when decisions need to be made quickly. I honestly do not like this approach, this strategy, the growth. To me, I still find the OODA is the best so far, which means observe, orient, decide, and act. I find it very logical. Pdsa cycle. This cycle is common among most healthcare systems. It is an effective and well-structured strategy, but it's time-consuming and it can be used as a one-off system. The P in PDSA stands for plan. A very important stage in the cycle. During planning, you study the available factors that could influence your end goals, assuming you've already set them. These factors will then tell you how best to strategize in order to achieve your desired results. After which you move to do. In this stage, you act based on the information you have gathered from planning, study your results, and see how successful you have been. Did your strategy work? Were you able to achieve your desired results, or is there a need to re-strategize? The answer to these questions determine how you will act. You basically have three options in the act phase. Continue with the plan, adjust the plan, terminate the plan. You know what? To me, honestly, I'm still going with the OODA. This one seems more confusing. So I'm sticking with the observe, orient, decide, and act. It's very important to observe first. And I'm not talking just about when it comes to business. Anything in life you want to take decision about, first observe. Orient. See yourself physically. Where do you place yourself in this environment? Then decide. And after you decide, you act. Business owners leverage on various analytic tools to make better decisions. You need to be careful when making business decisions. Some decisions can be serious enough to cost your market share. If that happens, it may take you years of labor and huge amounts of money to regain positions occupied by your competitors. Sadly, some businesses never recover from certain mistakes. You will save yourself and your organization all the pain and regret if you take the time to analyze major decisions before making them. Swot Analysis is a tried and tested method for analyzing business decisions, so let's consider it. SWOT, S-W-O-T. Every business decision involves both external and internal factors. Critically, considering these two is the key to success. The SWOT analysis. This stands for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. SWOT. SWOT analysis works best when individuals within the organization are allowed to provide individual organic contributions to the process as opposed to abstract data. Let's use a practical example to explain this analysis. If you own a clothing line that averages $100,000 in annual sales, and you want to double that number in the coming year, your SWOT analysis could look like this. Strength. These are the internal factors that will make you reach your goal faster. Examples for the clothing line could be that you have a competitive edge that makes you stand out in the market. Your products are of high quality, they last long and are very affordable. That's your strength. Weaknesses. These are internal factors that could frustrate your goals. Outlining them will give you fresh insights on how to overcome them. One of your most competent staff just resigned because she has health challenges. You're hugely indebted. Opportunities. These are external factors that could help you reach your goal. Someone is willing to invest in your clothing line. That's an opportunity. Your state just announced last month that the coming year is tax-free for all these kind of businesses. That's an opportunity. And finally, the threats. External factors that could stop you from reaching your goals. Example, a major competitor is thinking of expanding their clothing business to your zone. The transportation cost is incredibly high, making it hard for you to deliver products to customers who order online. SWOT analysis only works well when done comprehensively, so take your time and really analyze the individual factors. Did you know SWOT analysis was developed by business and management consultant Albert Humphrey in the 1960s? Identifying the external factors affecting your business can position you for growth. Identifying the external factors affecting your business can position you for growth. The SWOT analysis basically considers internal factors and a few external factors. The PAST analysis is about those external factors that you can't control, but which can cripple your business. If you don't consider and navigate your way through them, PAST stands by the way for political, economic, social, and technological analysis. These are the stuff that is like external factors that you cannot control. Political, you cannot control that. Economic, you cannot control that. Excuse me. Social, technological analysis. All the stuff are external factors that you cannot control. Let's speak about the political factors. These are all the political factors that could either help you or stop you from achieving your business goals. Examples are government regulations, political stability, employment and environment laws. Economic factors. Examples include taxes, inflation, deflation, and the general state of the economy. Social factors. Examples of social factors that could affect your business or organization are customer loyalty, demographics, culture, and the media. Technological factors. This is the last on the list. Common technological factors that affect businesses are artificial intelligence and innovation. The reason past analysis is important, especially for large organizations, is that it helps you identify the risk factors that could affect your business, thereby better positioning you for effective decision making. If you're a major decision maker in your organization, take some time out alone or with your team and analyze the state of your organization in the light of all the past factors. Past factors. I repeat, political, economic, social, and technological. Excuse me. Other models under past include pastel, adding legal and environmental factors, steep, adding ethical factors, and steepled, adding ethical, environmental, demographic, and legal factors. Competition and profitability analysis are important to maintain a healthy business. In business, many of excuse me, oh my gosh, I thought I slept better. In business, many of your decisions will be influenced by the nature of the market or industry you're in. For example, Apple and Samsung are big competitors in the mobile tech space. When you speak smartphone, what do you hear? Apple, Samsung. You might hear Huawei, whatever, but not, you're not gonna hear like, you hear Apple, Samsung. That's it. Samsung's Galaxy and Note series are accountable for most of the drop in iPhone sales over the years. As a result of this competition, both companies are careful when making manufacturing decisions. Otherwise, one of the two will easily lose market share to the other. But not all industries are that competitive. That's why you need to know your own industry. How competitive and profitable is your industry? Having the correct answer to this question will help you make wise decisions. And there is a tool to aid you. It's a strategy called Porter's 5 Forces, named after its developer, Michael Porter. The 5 forces Porter observed to be indicators of industry profitability are as follows: degree of competitive rivalry, The more competition in an industry, the less profitable it becomes. And the less competition, the higher the chances of raking high profits. Competition indicators to watch out for include innovation, industry, transparency, and market concentration. Let's talk about the business here, the gas station. The more we have competition, the more we're gonna lose in the business. Because let's say here we have gas price at $4.19. Yesterday, I went to BJ's wholesale club. You know how much I paid for gas? $2.85. Why $2.85? As a member of BJ Club already, by using your card, your credit card, you get 10 cents off. Their price was $3.75. So I got $3.85. And because I bought more than $100, they had this thing you save 50 cents. That's another 50. And a couple things that I bought from BJ had like some saving on it. I end up saving $1 on the gallon. Now these are competitors, and this BJ's wholesale like gas station opened like recently, like a couple years ago. And let me tell you, although it's like, I would say probably 4 to 5 miles away from here, it really affected our business. Competition. The more competitors you have, threats of new entrants. How easy is it for a new company to enter your industry? Very easy. Then you need to tighten your belt and be smarter, or you'll begin to lose market share. Generally, industries with little to no entry barriers are in danger of easily becoming saturated. Threats of substitutes. You will be in high demand if you're not easily replaceable. You will be in high demand if you're not easily replaceable. What does that mean? Why should customers buy from you and not your competition in the other industry? You need to sort that out quickly. Why they need to buy from you and not from somebody else, of your competitors, of your competition? Why? What makes you stand out? What are you offering to these people that your competitors are not? These are very important. You know, I always like thought about this as a joke, but it really works. But nobody really put it into like, could be a good idea if somebody like heard this idea and did it. It might cost you a little bit more money, but it will bring you a lot of business. I'm gonna give you a little example on the gas station here. We have the price $4.19, okay? $4.19. Somebody else has $3.75. People, which one they go to usually? The cheaper. What if I hired a model in a bikini carrying a sign, a banner, with every fill up, not any gas pumping, fill up, you'll get a free car wash. I kid you not. If the price is $5, people are not gonna even look at the price. They're not gonna even pay attention to the price. Especially male. This is how it is. Doesn't have to be polka dot, whatever, bikini. I don't know about polka dot. We're not in the 50s now. Why do you think they put, when they try to sell something, sex sales? That's a fact. They put a picture. They used to, not anymore. They used to put a picture back in the days. Look at the like commercial of the cigarettes. They used to put a picture of like girls. Buyer bargaining power. What the heck is this?
Okay.
What is it though?
Huh?
You good?
No, I was sliding the caliber over to the wall and it hit the
Oh, okay. That's fine. Buyer bargaining power. This is similar to the previous factor. If buyers have multiple options, they will have the power to influence prices. Every business person knows that this isn't a good one. Supplier bargaining power. Suppliers also influence price when there are plenty of them. The degree of specialization of a supplier and how hard it is to switch suppliers all affect the bargaining power of a supplier. Let's say a convenience store. They want to buy their stuff. Where they get it from? They have J. Polyp. They have, I don't know what, different companies, right? The more companies of suppliers, the less these companies gonna make money. If you have one company, a supplier that supplies things that the other one doesn't have, it's gonna make them stand out. And all these small businesses or big businesses, whatever, gonna be buying from them. Generally, the stronger any of the above 5 forces is, the less attractive or profitable the industry is. And the smarter a business will need to be to succeed. Finding the root cause of your problem is the key to solving it. Finding the root cause of your problem is the key to solving it. Logical in everything in life. You have to find the root of your problem, the root cause of your problem. There are 2 complementary techniques you can use to find the root cause of any business problem. The first is called fishbone analysis. The basic idea behind this technique is to break down the causes of your problem into different categories so as to be focused when deciding a proper solution. For example, if you're facing a marketing problem, you could break it down into the following categories: product, price, place, promotion, people, process, physical evidence. The next step is to focus your thoughts on finding the problems in each category. Do this until you're done and can figure out exactly what your problem is, as well as a good cause of action. It's okay if a category leads you to a different category you didn't know existed. Just pursue it diligently. Define your problems properly using the technique above before attempting to solve them, so as to save yourself from solving the symptom instead of the root cause. Regular market research and customer outreaches will help avoid most business problems. The second technique is called the 5 whys technique. 5 why. Developed by Japanese inventor Sakishi Toyoda. Not Toyota, Toyoda. Not to get confused between the car. It's a simple technique that involves asking 5 whys before arriving at a conclusion. I feel like I like this technique already. Let's imagine your business is not making sales as you expect. Start with asking why this is happening. Come up with an answer, then ask another why. If the first reason, for example, is that your marketing isn't strong enough, ask why is so, why it's not strong enough. Keep asking till you get to the 5th answer. The fishbone and the 5 whys techniques are complementary. After conducting a fishbone analysis, pass your results through the 5 whys. I love the 5 whys. It really makes a lot of sense. Let's say, take an example of this business. We are not making good sales. We're not selling a lot of gallons. Why we are not selling good gallons? Because our prices maybe are more expensive than our competitors. Why our prices are more expensive than our competitors? There are two options here. One is for sure because we are Shell and our gas is more expensive than the independent gas station, and the price of gas that we get is more expensive than the independent. The second option is the owner is greedy. Instead of making like 20 or 30 cents on the gallon, he wants to make 40 and 50. Why the owner is greedy? Because he wants more money. But when he wants more money, he's not thinking of the volume. I'd rather make 30 cents or 20 cents on the gallon and get more people coming. The volume will be more, and the people who's gonna be buying gas, not only they're gonna be buying gas, they're gonna be buying tickets, they're gonna be buying something from the store. So which one is better? Make 40 cents and sell 900 gallon a day, or make 20 cents and sell 3,000 gallon a day? Do the math. Do the math. When there is a problem to solve, begin by making sure you're comfortable enough to think straight and clear. Your physical and mental state should be at optimal levels. This goes to say that you shouldn't be making serious decisions when you're physically exhausted or dealing with strong emotions. This is well known back in the days. Never make a decision whether you're very happy or very sad. Any kind of emotion. Sometimes you might be so happy and excited and you take a decision. It's not a smart thing. Next thing to do after ensuring you're at optimal conditions is to study the problem at hand. Look at it from all possible angles before coming to a conclusion. It's important to hear from everyone on the team if you're making a group decision. If you're the leader, ensure everyone on board is comfortable before the decision making begins. You will make the most of the exercise if team members are afraid to air their opinions for fear of criticism. Your brain is not always your friend in the decision-making process. And if you don't know how the brain works, you won't leverage it to make good decisions. This book is amazing, but you're not gonna get everything from this book by just listening to it one time only, trust me. That's why it's very important to listen to it again and again and again until you really get it and apply it in your life. Because there's a lot to take in here. Even me, as I'm reading, there's a lot. You need to concentrate on this. For example, when trying to solve a problem, many of us will filter the ideas coming to our minds and only select the good ones to ponder upon. This action greatly limits the brain. What you should do is allow your ideas to flow freely. Write them all down during the ideation process. Then pick the best ones when you're done thinking. It will save you from cutting the flow of good ideas. Also, make it a point to ask your group members to come with writing materials. This is for documenting all their thoughts during the ideation process. A lot of people think because I'm the leader, I'm the boss, I cannot, Sometimes your employee have a better idea than you. You have to listen to everyone. It is very important. Try this. After I read the whole book, the OODA is still stuck in my head. Do you remember what's the OODA? Observe, orient, decide, and act. So let's try to do this technique. Use the OODA loop to make your first decision and see how well it works for you. Remember the order. Observe your environment. Any decision you want to make. Listen to this. First, observe your environment. Orient the problem to your unique persona. Decide a course of action and act on your decision. OODA, observe, orient, decide, and act. What an amazing book. And with this book reading, I just finished reading a book total of 213, those bite-sized book, but still, it's reading. I agree with you if you said you prefer reading from a book, an actual like physical book, smell the pages, the paper, flip on through it. There is an option for you to listen to the book, but when you read it and explain it and discuss it with others, I feel it's, to me at least, it sink more. You know what I mean? That's why I read. So, yeah. In case you are wondering where I'm getting these books from, there's an app called Headway. I pay like $50 a year, but it's worth it. And you get the chance to save the book and listen to it later. You can listen and you can read. For example, when you listen, definitely it's gonna be much better than my accent. There will be no mistakes, but I enjoy more to read, read it myself. You have a daily goal, it would tell you that if you read or listen every day to achieve your goals. And now it says that I've been having a streak. When you achieve your goal, and the next day you achieve your goal of like 60 minutes goal, you say, I want to read 60 minutes a day, then you will have a streak. And my Headway, I read and listen more than 99% of Headway readers. 99%. The books finished 213 books. The pages read 2,173. All right, guys, thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing these lives. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Starting from tomorrow, or maybe today, I'm not sure, I'm gonna be doing Bible study on YouTube Live and see how it goes. Okay? See you.